trying really hard, actually.
So it's been about 2 weeks since I got to Auckland, but I want to rewind to the first weekend of the trip. I'm going abroad through a program called IES, and that's what U of R uses to send kids to different countries. Luckily for me, my IES program director here in Auckland, Bianca, is super cool. On the second day of being in New Zealand, everyone in the IES program, about 25 of us, took a trip to an island called Waiheke, off the eastern coast of New Zealand. Bianca is Maori, and she planned an awesome trip around this island, where we would stay in the local meeting house of the Maori people living on the island and learn about their insanely cool culture. But first, some vocab and background. And pardon my pronunciation, Maori language smushes together every combination of vowel to make their words. Maori people are the indigenous population of New Zealand, or Aotearoa, which means land of the long white cloud. There are different tribes that inhabit different regions of the North and South Island. Their culture is super interesting. It's focused on ancestry and connecting with the natural world we live in. When we got off the ferry, we took a bus to what is known as a marae, which is the local village area of the Maori people. We stayed in a wharenui, which is the meeting house of the Maori people. However, before we got there, we had to go through a porphyry, which is a welcome ceremony. Both parties state their intentions, and several Maori songs called waiata are sung. At the end, in a single file line, we do what is called a hongi, which is where you press your nose and forehead to someone else's, kind of like an Eskimo kiss. It means sharing of breath and symbolizes you and the person you're greeting becoming one person for a moment. After some introductions and food, we learned about the architecture of the wharenui and about the ornate carvings inside the building. It was in this building where we also did that, which is basically introducing ourselves to others in our program. It was pretty cool to hear everyone's story, and how we all ended up on a single island off the coast of Auckland, sleeping on the same floor next to each other for one night. Later, we took a bus to the other side of the island. The roads were windy, hilly, and we were driving on the left side of the road. We ended up at a place called Stony Batter, a sprawling boulder-covered sheep hill. And honestly, I could play there all day. It was a good first weekend.